Assalamu alaikum and a very good morning to you all. I'm immensely honored and filled with gratitude for Pontifical Academy of Sciences and SDS and Youth for organizing an event as this with so many motivating and inspirational young people from all over the world. So thank you. I think almost half of the people in this room or maybe all knows that I'm from the Maldives. So often when I introduce myself as a Maldivian, the reply comes as, wow, you're so lucky to be from such a beautiful place. Or even some people goes on to say, I envy you, I wish I was born there, something like that. But the truth is, the tourism industry of my country is advertised in so much abundance that it overshadows the social, political, and all the other aspects of my country. Some even describe my country as the heaven of the world, the paradise of the world, something like that. But the truth is very far from that. My country, the Republic of the Maldives, is a nation of small islands with limited cultivable land located in the Indian Ocean. It consists of 1,190 islands, of which less than nearly 200 islands are inhabited. The capital, Male, accommodates 1/3 of the country's population, estimated at a total of 400,000 in total, in an area approximately 2 square kilometers, making the city one of the most densely populated cities in the world per capita wise, something that not many knows. I'm also here today on behalf of Women and Democracy, a relatively young and new NGO founded in 2016 with a vision to challenge the gender gap and the unequal representation of women seen in public life and political spaces of Maldives. Gender inequality continues to exist as a worldwide problem, depriving women and girls of their basic rights and opportunities. Gender equality and women's empowerment is integral to achieving the Sustainable Development Goals, and that is why achieving gender equality and women's empowerment is a stand-alone goal. Goal 5 of the SDGs. It is also part of all the other goals, with many targets specifically recognizing women's equality and empowerment as both the objective and as part of the solution. The persistent imbalance of women in positions of power in my country is a true problem. Although the tourism industry dominates the country's economy, women constitute only 7% of the tourism labor force. During the 2014 parliamentary election, there were only 23 women against a total of 302 candidates, and only 5 of whom secured seats. This was in turn an actual decrease in the proportion of women in parliament, with a fall from 6.4% to 5.8%. And only 3 women ministers have been appointed out of the 17 for cabinet positions. Also, gender-based violence against women remains an entrenched problem in my country. A 2007 study on women's health and life experiences found that 1 in 3 women aged between 15 and 49 experienced physical and or sexual violence at some point in their life. Of these women, 1 in 5 women experienced intimate partner violence, and even more worryingly, 1 in 12 experienced violence during childhood. Abuses are carried out in the name of family, religion, and culture, and are often hidden in the private spheres, with perpetrators enjoying immunity. We at WND believe limiting women to the background and suppressing our voice is not how democracies and countries can progress. WND is involved in actively promoting women's role in businesses, government and policy making, and at all decision-making positions. Although being relatively new, strong advocacy efforts have been maintained in different ways. The strong advocacy is also entrenched in active participation in workshops, international forums as this, to make the international community aware of the problems in my country, to even organizing forums in association with local NGOs of similar interest. When considering whether we Maldivians live in a peaceful and just society, the answer I always end up, and certainly based on facts, it is no. we do not live in a just and peaceful society. Why? I will share with you a few examples. On the morning of 23rd April 2017, Maldives woke up to the horrific news that Yamin Rashid, a well-known Maldivian civil activist for free speech and human rights, was stabbed several times to death. Over 4 years ago, in October of 2012, the whole of Maldives was similarly shocked to the brutal murder of prominent religious scholar and member of parliament Afrashim Ali. Both Rashid and Ali died after multiple stabbings under the staircases of their homes. Since August 2014, Rashid's best friend, who as he was another prominent blogger and journalist, Ahmad Rilwan, has been missing and is believed to have been abducted. To this day, we don't know who the true perpetrators of these killings and the abduction of Rilwan are. And justice has not only been delayed, it has not even been delivered. We have certainly a long way to go if we want to have stability, human rights, and strong institutions built upon principles such as rule of law and justice, that is SDG 16. Also, in September of this year, 54 lawyers of my country was indefinitely suspended and barred from appearing in any court in the Maldives for submitting a petition limiting out serious concerns with the judiciary. Maldives has fallen short of achieving target 5.1 of SDG to end all forms of discrimination against girls everywhere, and 5.2 to eliminate all forms of violence against women. I would like to end by reflecting upon all the inspirational stories shared here yesterday and today. I believe it is fair to say we are all united in two things. Firstly, in our cries and calls for causes, be it gender equity, peace and justice, or even climate change. Two, we are all keen to solve the problems our community and the world face today. And as Dr. Betsy Perker already said, to be engines of change. As Martin Luther King Jr. once said, quote, "True peace is not the absence of war, but the presence of justice." Let us all strive even more in a time where the world does seem more divided. Let us stand united, because certainly divided we will fall. Thank you.